make chords easy in root position. We're talking about intervals. We're going to talk about the formula. So if you're not big into theory, just hang on because I'm going to give you a formula at the end that you can make any major chord so amazingly easy. And then we're going to talk about what now. All right, so let's get started. So where to start? Intervals. All right, intervals is the distance between two notes. All right, from one distance to the next. We measure things just like everything else in this world. We measure things in pounds and miles. And if you don't live in the United States, you know, an entire other system of metrics. We measure in centimeters and millimeters and kilograms. This is just another way to measure, but what we're measuring is the distance between two notes. And what we're going to talk about a bunch today is root, third, and fifth. Those are going to be common things we're going to say. All right, so scale positions. In the key of C, there is no sharps or flats. That's why we use it so much. All right, and that's why you stayed in it in your theory book way too long and you quit because you stayed in one key, you got bored, but that's another story. Here, we're talking about the scale position. So if we played the key of C and we had C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, then here's what's happening. We have scale position 1, which is C, 2, which is D, 3, which is E, 4, which is F, 5, which is G, 6, which is A, 7, which is B, and then 8, which is C. Or it could be considered 1 again, because we could just keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No biggie, but it is scale position. So we have root scale position 1 is C, scale position 3 is E. No biggie. So intervals is the distance between two notes. So our starting point is C. So anything, if you memorize the scale position for the key of C, you've memorized the interval. All right, so C to D is what we call a second, but we don't need that, so let's not worry about that. So C to E, we do need, that's a third. All right, and then C to G is a fifth. G is the fifth degree of the scale. When we play the two together, we call that interval a fifth. And so those are the ones that we need. If you look up here, I've got the root over here on C, a third on our E note, and our fifth on our G note. Well, we need three things to make a chord. First thing we need is the root. So we're going to consider C, whatever key that we're in, that's the first position. We need the root. Now, when we talk about roots, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking more like this, okay? Not Questlove, more like Dirty Roots. What do I mean? Because when we have something in root position, it's on the bottom, and it's the strongest part of that. A tree without roots, man, it's not going anywhere, and it's going to shrivel up and die. A chord in root position, we have the strongest note in that key on the bottom, giving us the bass. Now, the next thing we need is the third, all right? So the third degree of that scale is E. And then we're going to need the fifth. All right, root, third, and fifth. Now, oh my gosh, are you like, this is too much? I can't stand this theory. This is awful. This is why I quit piano in the first place. I'm done. Have no fear. Let's think of this formula, and you'll be golden. 5 plus 4 equals a happy chord. Let me say that again. 5 plus 4 equals a happy chord. Or it'll equal you being happy, just like this guy. When he's playing and he discovers what 5, 4, look at that smile. That looks just like me if I was really tall and muscular and black. But I'm none of those. And so, but I do smile. All right, so here's the formula. 5 plus 4 equals a happy chord. What do I mean by a happy chord? Well, a major chord. All right, so this formula works for majors. There will be one for minor chords, and we'll deal with that in our next time that we get together. But, this works for all major chords. Now, how do I find it? What are we talking about? 5 plus 4. All right, so if we decide we're going to play the C chord, we find C. That's going to be, if you see the circle, I'm going to hold that one down, and I'm going to count 1. Then, all right, so what do I mean here? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to hold down the 1 and I'm going to hold down the 5. Now keep it held down. Now we're going to count from that one again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. 5 plus 4 equals a happy chord. All right. Well, you're like, nah, that didn't happen. Let's do it again. Let's start at F. This way, we don't have to know any scale positions. We don't have to know any key signatures. We just start at a note and we count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, boom. Then we count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom! That is a G chord. So we just played a C chord, an F chord, and a G chord. Oh, I don't believe you. Well, let's try one that we would never play. That was super hard. F sharp. All right, who's going to play an F sharp? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp right there. F chord. Boom. So you might be saying, what now? I got it, but really, what now? Well, this is the part. Once you figure them out, write them down. Write them down, and then memorize them. We call this spelling the chord. We need to be able to spell it because I don't want to, well, okay, spoiler alert. We're going to rearrange these chords all the time. So we've got to learn that the C major chord is C, E, G, because one day we might play it E, G, C. Next day we might play it G, C, E. But if we remember it, it's always going to be a C, E, and a G. We'll be golden. All right, so memorize these chords. Write them down this week. Just work on the white chords. All right, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then B. If you do that, you're going to feel pretty good about it. We can play lots of different songs. And anything that you look on the internet and you don't know that chord, you can find it like B flat. Just find B and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. It's that simple. Now, the next step is look for the companion video on the woodshed. The woodshed is our practice. How do we practice a lesson? So I'm going to break down how I would practice this. I would break down some exercises. I'm going to break down all kinds of different things that we can do with memorizing our chords. Now, this was brought to you by the Madison Music Academy. We're at themadisonmusicacademy.com, 256-756-7408. We are a nonprofit. Please check us out on our website where you can find quality lessons at a price you can afford. It's crazy, but we are a name your price place. We're not in it for the money. We are not a for-profit learning school, so you don't have to pay what you can't afford. You can pay what you can afford. Memberships starting as low as $40 a month. And we also have some students that are completely on 100% scholarships. We have memberships, like you see, 40s and 80s and 115. These are different prices. If you're online, you just want to do online, we've got you. If you want to online or in-home or a hybrid or both during the week, we have it for you. Or if you want to just donate to our scholarship fund, trust me, we really would appreciate that so very much, because we do what we do by the generosity of our community. So we want to help children, regardless of income, to have music lessons. And you can be a part of that as a tax-deductible gift. This was brought to you by the Madison Music Academy.